wall on the southwest turn. He's not hurt, but his Novi special is all through. And the green flag goes up again. Parnelli Jones, who won the pole with a record 151-mile-an-hour qualifying speed, takes the lead. Jim Clark of Scotland taking his first crack at the Brickyard as his Lotus close to the pace. With 25 laps to go, Parnelli Jones has only a 7-second lead over Jim Clark, his nearest rival, and Clark is gaining. Jones is losing oil at number 98, and Clark is still gaining in the Lotus. Owner J.C. Agajanian pleads with Chief Steward Harlan Frengler not to wave Jones off the track. Agajanian is successful, and Jones increases his scanning lead as Clark slows up to conserve his tires. There's the checkered flag as Jones completes his final circuit. Parnelli Jones is the winner, and J.C. Agajanian is a happy owner. The winning Willard Battery Special, designed by A.J. Watson, is an Offenhauser, and it owns a new 500 record, but it was pushed all the way by the Lotus 4. Jones wins nearly $200,000 in the 1963 Indianapolis 500. The 1963 California Relay put America's Olympic hopefuls in the international spotlight. Florida A&M Bob Hayes in lane 4 for the 100-yard dash is tops among the sprinters. Hayes hustles home in 9 3/10 seconds, just a shade off the world record. High hurdles racers are an American specialty. Dave Jones is in lane 4 in the 120-yard hurdle. Jones' form is flawless, but he's hard-pressed by Blaine Lindgren. Jones wins it to continue his domination of 1963 hurdles events. The track and field world gets a surprise as Phil Shinnick soars 27 feet 4 inches in the broad jump, a world record distance. It won't go in the books because the wind gauge wasn't working, but Phil serves notice that he'll be tough to beat. Brian Sternberg pole vault 16 feet 7 inches for a new world record. Brian was paralyzed in a trampoline accident not long after, and his record has since been eclipsed by John Pinnell. The highlight of the 1963 track season is the long-awaited mile meeting of Peter Snell, the world record holder from New Zealand, and America's great middle distance man, Jim Beatty. Snell is in black and running 4th. That's Beatty leading, but Snell begins to move up. In the last lap, Snell takes off like a sprinter, leaving Beatty and his mates toiling in his wake. As he strides down the stretch, Peter Snell is all alone to finish in 3 minutes 54 9/10 seconds, only a half a second off his world record. 3 others finish under 4 minutes. Peter Snell is in a class by himself among the world's milers, while Jim Beatty is still America's best hope. 1963's NCAA Swimming and Diving Championship was a battle for team honors between Southern California and Yale. Here goes the 200-yard freestyle, a new event in the championships. USC is represented by John Conrad of Australia and Per Lindberg of Sweden. D-Lies are all homegrown. At the finish at Yale, Steve Clark touching the wall first ahead of teammate Dave Lyons in a sizzling 1 minute 46 3/10 seconds. The 200-yard butterfly attracts a fast field. Dick McDonough, Villanova, flaps home the winner to equal the American record for the distance. One of the tough tests in swimming is the individual medley. It's 50 yards each of butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and freestyle. In the final freestyle lap, Harley Mull of Ohio State pours it on to break his own NCAA record. Harley's a bright hope for the 1964 Olympics in Tokyo. Lou Bertucci of Ohio State successfully defends his NCAA 3-meter diving crown. Southern Cal needs a victory in the backstroke to take team honors. The Trojans have only one entry, Bob Bennett, but he's rated tops in his field. Bob thrashes to the wall to beat Lou Schaefer of Ohio State by a fingernail. It's another NCAA record, 53 and 8/10 seconds. The long-distance boys take to the water for an exhausting 1,650 yards. Southern Cal's John Conrad's is the favorite. After 17 minutes and 24 seconds of furious swimming, Conrad's comes into port a full 26 seconds ahead of the second-place finisher to put Southern California over the top as team winner in the 1963 NCAA Swimming and Diving Championship. Yale was a close second.
This is the edge of no man's land. Here, Sergeant John Boone, United States Army, stands guard, protecting his country, his wife, and his family. He's trained to spot trouble. That's why the country needs him and more qualified men like him. This is Sergeant Joseph Krupka, Special Forces, United States Army. Today is practice. Tomorrow it could be for real. Tomorrow he may have to use all his special training in earnest. He's ready. That's why the country needs him and more experts like him. This is Private First Class Henry Groom, United States Army, watching unfriendly skies, not so far from your home and mine. Anything can happen. That's why the country needs him and more trained men like him. Men of the United States Army are ready wherever America needs them. But more men are needed. Can you qualify? See your Army recruiter. Your country needs you right now.
The 1963 World Series matched Yankee pitching in power against Dodger pitching in speed. In the opening game, Sandy Koufax, the great Dodger left-hander, makes a bid for baseball immortality. Sandy strikes out 10 of the first 13 men to face him. Whitey Ford is almost as sharp as the Yankees. Frank Howard touches him for the longest double ever hit in Yankee Stadium, 460 feet. Moose Skowron comes up and victimizes his old teammates by driving in the first run of the 1963 series. Moose was great in the clutch all through the series. Sandy Koufax records his 15th strikeout to end the game and break the Major League record held by Carl Erskine. Dodgers win the first game 5-2. Hardly anyone believes the Dodgers can win 2 in a row in New York, but they go right to work against Al Downing as Willie Davis doubles 2 men home. Johnny Podgers is pitching for Los Angeles. Moose Skowron comes through with another timely hit. This one is a home run, and the Dodgers win the game 4-1 to move into their home park, where they make it 3 in a row behind Drysdale. In Dodger Stadium, Whitey Ford comes up against Sandy Koufax for the second time. Big Frank Howard shows no more respect for Ford than he did in the first game. This one is in the seats for a 1-0 Dodger lead. It's do or die for the Yankees in this 4th game. Mickey Mantle comes to life after being held in check through 3 games. Mickey's home run ties the score. Ford pitches to Gilliam with the score still tied. Cletus Boyer fields Gilliam's chopper and fires to first. But Pepitone loses the ball against the white-shirted crowd to become the go to the series as Gilliam goes to third. Willie Davis comes up. He sends a fly to Mantle in center. Gilliam tags up. He beats Mantle's peg to the plate. It's a 2-1 Dodger lead. With 2 out in the 9th, the Yankees' Elston Howard hits what looks like the last ball of the series. But Krajewski drops the throw for the force at second, and the Yankees have a light. Hector Lopez tries to check his swing, but the ball bounces off the end of his bat. Wills fires to Skowron for the final out in the series as the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Yankees in 4 straight games. At Idaho's famous Sun Valley, America goes about the business of picking an Olympic ski team for the 1964 Winter Games at Innsbruck. The Harriman Cup races are the test, and all of our best are here to compete. Curries, who just might be America's top all-around skier, takes off in a slumber. Cup finishes in a fast 58 seconds. Curries is one of our bright hopes for a gold medal at Innsbruck. Number 3 is Buddy Werner. At 27, he's a master at the graceful and demanding slalom. Watch Werner work his way through the heats at breakneck speed. Werner wins it, thanks to 56 and 4/10 seconds on his final run. Giant slalom is a dangerous, demanding combination of the downhill and the slalom. That's Billy Moreau on the third. Billy slides home in good time. He's up against a tough field. Jas Minch, the Swiss champion in slalom and downhill, tries the giant slalom. Minch will be skating at home in the Olympics and could turn out to be the Tony Seiler of the 64B. Minch is the best on the course so far. But here comes Buddy Werner. From the way he is challenging the difficult and precipitous run, he could shade the Swiss invader. Buddy Werner beats Minch by 9/10 of a second to rack up a double victory against a great international field. With Buddy at his best, America's hopes are high for 64. The usual hijinks are missing as Army and Navy meet in their traditional tilt, an air of solemn dedication to their departed Commander-in-Chief, John F. Kennedy. While head knocking is just as enthusiastic, Army stuns Navy as quarterback Raleigh Stitchway somersaults into the end zone for a 7. He strikes back with Heisman Trophy winner Roger Staubach at his scrambling best as dash through the cadets. Pat Donnelly finishes the job by slashing into the end zone, and it's 7-7 at the end. Navy's drive for 5 gains momentum in the third quarter. Pat Donnelly hustles to the Army 6. Pat Donnelly pushes over for his second touchdown. Navy takes the lead 14-7 over fired-up Army. Navy tries to get in the final period. Donnelly becomes the big Navy star as he equals Joe Bellino's 3 touchdowns in the Army-Navy game. Midshipmen lead 1-7. But the cadets need to win. Raleigh Stitchway gets his second touchdown with 6 minutes left to play. The point conversion makes it 21-15. Army wants to control that ball, and does, as Raleigh Stitchway makes the onside kickoff work to perfection. Raleigh has been in on every key play. With 27 seconds left, and smashes to within 2 yards of the Navy goal. Now, 21 seconds left, but Army has used all its timeouts. Before the cadets can get off another play, the clock runs out as Army players can Stitchway signal. Navy squeaks by the clock to make it 5 straight over a battling bunch of Black Knights in one of the games of 1963.
Telesports was presented by the United States Army, a team that helps you build your own future while you serve your country. Join the Army now.